UNESCO, in partnership with Good News Corporation, present the Peace Day Party. Hi, this is Paul Slack. It's Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Ms. Quiles. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited to be in your school. You have no idea. And the school that we're in is Manhattan Middle School for Scientific Inquiry, and it's Middle School 328. Is that right?
Yes.
And where are we located?
6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, and 8. Okay.
We're in Washington Heights, 401 West 164th Street, and Edgecombe Avenue, Upper Manhattan.
Upper Manhattan, okay. And it's a great school. We just actually had a meeting with your staff here about the International Day of Peace, and through your leadership, because I believe that's how these things happen, and your belief that it is important to have a day for peace and respect for all. Please tell us how you feel about doing an event in the school for world peace.
Absolutely. Well, I received an email, and when I saw the email, I was just like, this is something that we definitely have to do in our school, because I'm a firm believer that our students have to be exposed to a lot of wonderful things, not only, the latest fashion, but I thought that since it was the beginning of the school year and we're a consolidated school, we're just brand new in terms of consolidating two schools together.
Oh.
And I just thought that to set the tone, it would be great for the kids to be able to honor World Peace Day and to also understand that we have to be respectful of all these wonderful things that are going on around us and not just in Washington Heights.
Wow, and you know what's really also a miracle is that we've partnered, our Good News Corporation, with UNESCO. And UNESCO is an organization in the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And so your school has the word scientific on it. Why is that there?
Well, we focus on math and science.
Oh.
So when the name came about, we wanted to bring a name to the educational world that hasn't really been brought out into the light. So we want our students to have a focus in science. And with the word UNESCO, I have to tell you that we are very familiar with it because we believe in sustainability education. So we've been part of a lot of different programs, and we have had our students sponsor a family through the UNESCO so that they can get some kind of food and different things in different countries.
Wow.
So it's something that we firmly believe in. So I just thought that bringing this piece to it would add to the wonderful things that are going on here.
Oh, God, geez. It's a small world, and there's so many miracles in the world. And Jim Cole, your assistant principal, and Jose Concepcion,
Yes.
they were both wonderful. And Jim was talking about, focusing on, and that is actually our big Good News mission, is to focus on the positives. Focus on all the billions and billions of people that are good, kind, loving, caring people. What's your thought in that regard to a school setting?
Oh my God, I think that's the whole enchilada, actually. I was talking to my deans, and Jose Concepcion is brand new as a dean to our school. And when like I said, I sent him the email and I said, I want you to set this up. And Mr. Cole and Mr. Concepcion just ran with it. Yeah. And these are things that Mr. Cole is superb at doing. He's a firm believer in all these wonderful things. But in terms of positive, we want that message to come across as one of our key words. Because, for example, we were discussing some type of system for the 8th grade to win their senior activities, and I was speaking with my staff, and I wanted to say everything should be done in a positive light. I don't want it to be anything negative, like you can't go on this trip. No. How close am I in doing the right things to get to go on this trip? So we have to turn everything around and focus on positive as opposed to negative. I find that in the educational world, we tend to focus too much on the negative things that students are doing. So in terms of that, I really want our school to just represent positive things.
Yeah, that's unfortunately, it's a lot of the worldwide concern, especially the media. There's a lot of focus. They have limited space, but they could put the negative stuff on the back page and put on the front page all the people doing good, and give us more hope.
Oh my God, that's a beautiful word, hope, isn't it?
It is.
Because I have hope that when our children participate in this activity tomorrow, that it's going to send a clear message to them as to, there are so many wonderful things out there that we just take for granted. And I want them to understand a moment of silence is just nothing to give in recognition for such an important cause.
Wow, that's beautifully stated. So, do schools have websites?
Yes, we do.
And what is that?
06m328.org.
Okay, so we'll get that and we'll copy that and put that in the text that goes along. I'll tell you, this agenda, school lesson plan of what you're planning on doing
School-wide.
is you're going to even get on the speaker at 11:18 and ask for a moment of silence. You have no idea. It's goose pimple time again for me. It is so exciting to have that happening here in this school.
As you say that, I'm getting goosebumps.
I mean,
myself.
it's a beautiful thing to
is,
take a moment
it
of
is.
silence for world peace. I think that I imagine that the children will never forget that.
I certainly hope not. And, I think that the lesson plan itself, doing it school-wide, it brings such a strong message that we're all in this together and unified, and there's coherence across the entire school that we definitely believe in this cause. And from now on, everything in our lives should be looked at in a positive manner as opposed to negative. There are negative things in our lives. That's something that we can't change, but we can change our perspective and how we look at it and how we turn it around.
It's magnificent. Let me ask one last question. I've asked thousands of people, and you're going to be asking all your students, what does peace mean to you? So my question to you, as a principal of a school or personally, however you'd like to answer this, what does peace mean to you?
Peace means to me, well, it means a lot of different things to me, but honestly, in terms of school-wide and from a standpoint of education and my students, peace means unity and peace means awareness.
Beautifully stated. All right, we're here in Middle School 328 up in Washington Heights, New York, New York. Organizing for tomorrow's International Day of Peace because we have all we are is what we are with each other, thoughts and sharing and unity and exactly what you just said. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much to your wonderful staff for coming here and making this happen for us, and I open our doors to you guys for anything else that has to do with this type of awareness. We want our children to have a clearer mentality of what peace is and how wonderful it is if we would all have a peaceful world.
It's beautifully stated, and we thank the New York City Board of Education for allowing us to do this, supporting us to do this, the Respect for All program with Jolan Nagy and the team over there, and they've really worked. They've been very supportive of us to do the program. So of which it never happens unless you have a real spirit behind it. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks to UNESCO, New York City School Respect for All program, Sarah Betts, Hug a Planet, May Peace Prevail on Earth, the Vigil for Peace and Ecology, and Peace Lights.